It started out, I owned my own company. I had 36 employees. It was a technology company, and my dad, I have a very godly father, passed away suddenly with a heart attack in the summer of 2000. And after the funeral, my little brother and I were looking for the will. We started digging in this old safe in the back of Dad's office, and we found an envelope from Dad addressed to me and my brother, thick and sealed. But Dad had written on the front, "If you boys find this after I'm dead, do not open this envelope. It's not important. Destroy this envelope without opening it." Dad.
And what did you do?
What would you do?
I would open it. I would rip it open.
Most people tell me they would open it. I have a few people tell me they'd get their best friend to open it and tell them what was in it. That way they didn't disobey, but they found out what they wanted to know. No. We agonized for a while, and then Mom called and said supper was ready, and my little brother held it up, and he said, "You're the big brother. You decide. What are we going to do with the envelope?" And I said, "Well, there's a resurrection, and we're going to have to face Dad again, and when we see him, I want him to be proud of us. I don't want to have to hang my head saying, 'Sorry, Dad, we opened it. We couldn't help ourselves,' you know." So we burned it without reading it. And I came back and told my wife, and she said, "You found what? And you did what with it? Oh, I can't wait till I get to heaven and ask him what was in that envelope." So if you beat me there, his name is Jamie Hemphill, and you can ask him what was in the envelope.
Boy, don't you wonder, though?
Every day.
Yeah.
But that envelope changed my life, and it changed my brother's life. We're both now in full-time ministry. Mine's unpaid, and he has a salary, so I guess he won that battle. Yeah. But I feel like I'm where God wants me to be. And so I ended up researching heaven because there were no books on heaven in 2000. I was just going to buy all the heaven books and read up, and I was shocked there were no books on heaven. So I spent 7 years, 2 hours a day, researching what the Bible had to say about heaven, and I also found a lot of stuff about spiritual warfare that ended up in the subsequent books. So I started writing My Search for Prayers Satan Hates, and I intended to share prayer success stories. In all my years in business, there were so many times that people would steal money and we would have to recover from that, or customers wouldn't pay their bills, and there were issues. Business owners understand what I'm talking about, and so there were so many times God came through that I was going to write a book on that, but I prayed a weird prayer. I pray weird prayers. I just said, "Lord, please give me something to put in this book that really helps people." And that's when I got the call from one of my elders who had a friend named Bill who was not a Christian, and that happened with the stakes.